Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Gardens, the Untold Story. I'm Ken Somerville, and our co-host, Andy Lopez, of course, is here. So, Andy, we're actually, 36 episodes in the second season here. We're doing pretty good, man.
I don't know how you add it up. It must be calculus.
Oh, it's just it's a crazy number, man. Crazy number. Anyway, Andy, why your plants have whiteflies and how to deal with it organically is going to be today's topic. And I know a lot of people that have these problems, especially, I guess, down in your area. And that's why we wanted to focus on that today, everybody. So check it out. Andy Lopez, take it away, brother.
Thank you, Ken. I really enjoy being here. I really do. I'm just a ham. I'm just a guy who can't say no. I really like talking to people about these things. And I'm trying to get my comments up. There it is. I always enjoy helping people because I can only imagine that everybody else around is having the same problem or a different one. But whiteflies, I'm telling you, man, because we had all the rain and we have a combination of all kinds of weird things going on here. The same thing's going on everywhere, but slightly different. Here in California, we went through lots of rains, which flooded everything because the soil is being baked lately, right? We're just going, we have 103 degrees in the valley, 100 degrees over here by the coast, and it's clay, and people water a lot. And I don't see a lot of people pay attention to the soil. So, yeah, they all have the same problem. And it's a constant thing I keep getting. And what's interesting, too, is I do have customers who don't really have that whitefly problem because they get it. They've been with me, one lady since 1984, two ladies since 1984. Another lady, hi, she knows who I am, but if she's watching, I've been with her 20 years. Yeah, I got some experience. That's silly. Hi, silly. How are you? Since I actually started in 1970. 72 is when I did the book, How to Heal the Earth. And my knowledge comes from experience. You do something often enough and it works, you go, wow, that works. Then you figure out, why does that working, right? Why does this work? And I'm not talking about spraying. People call me all the time. I got whiteflies. Lady, take it back. Right? I mean, the tree has whitefly, right? I said, well, and what can I spray to kill the whiteflies? I hate whiteflies, right? It's like, that's the consciousness. Let's kill the whiteflies. And it's like, and then another lady has a combination of whiteflies and sooty mold. Sooty mold is that black, yucky stuff on the leaves. It's called sooty, C-O-T-Y, right? They both have the same problem. And that very same lady had psyllids. Ficus is with but the psyllid, the leaves curl up and the little bug hides inside of it. You can't get it, right? So psyllid, tiny little things. They all have the same cause, the very same cause, right? You know what I'm saying? That by the cause, right? The same cause. And they all say, spray this. Because, you can spray neem. They spray neem oil. They like spraying neem oil from a neem tree. There are other things you can spray. Like when I first started this, I have a book called, excuse me if I'm excited because I love doing this. It's called Natural Pest Control Alternatives to Chemicals for the Home and Garden. I did that one a long time ago. And that one had one of my favorite things to spray was Dr. Bronner's soap. And interesting enough, Dr. Bronner's, before he died, the year before he died, the nurse was reading my book to him because I did 101 ways how to use Dr. Bronner's soap.
Cool.
And Dr. Bronner's soap is a natural Castile soap. You have lavender, eucalyptus, penny, tea tree oil, a bunch of. Now they have hemp in it, which is good in one way, but bad for me because I used to take that in my 100-gallon sprayer, spray a little bit of that. Yeah. But now if you put that in the mixture with my secret worm sauce, the hemp oil gooks it up. Everything gets gooky inside. It's like, and I can't do that anymore. And I talked to the Bronner's brothers. Actually, I met the son because the son, see, he used to buy like thousands of my book, Natural Pest, because it had 100 ways how to use Dr. Bronner's in it, right? Yeah. He would give them away and stuff. And then their sons are now an owner of it. And anyway, there's lots and lots of ways. One of my favorite ways is, hi, Kano Flex.
Kano Flex 420.
Yeah. One of my, because I still use them. They're basically for short term. Remember, there's a short term solution and a long term solution. So what can I spray on my whitefly It's just basically saying, what can I do now to get the whiteflies? But I understand I got to do the long term. Right? If I should do the short term, I'll always be spraying the whiteflies for whiteflies,
Yep.
right? Year after year. This lady, I was going to give her a name, but I'm not going to give her names. It's not polite. But this lady was spraying, paying $1,700, $2,000 a month just to the company to come and spray for the whiteflies.
Yep.
And what's happening now is interesting, I have to tell you, because see, when I took over this lady's thing, I said, first of all, and I do that with all my customers, you have to cancel your pest control company. Sorry, I'm not going anywhere near. I was at one place a year ago, something like that, and a new customer, and says, I love butterflies. This pest control company pulls up with the mask, starts spraying around the house. And we backed out, and I got in the truck. I started going, see you later. And we told the lady, you need to cancel the pest control company because I'm not coming anywhere. And, oh, no, I'm not going to cancel. I'd rather not have you. And she said, it's only spraying around the house. It happens to be Termidor. Termidor was originally made to inject it into the soil for termites. It was not made to be sprayed. But because it kills everything, you spray it around for ants. The ants die, or you kill what they come in contact with. And then another customer has the same thing. I'm not going to her anymore because I told her, no pest control company. Oh, I like this company. It sprays just around the board. And the lady, I was going to say stupid, but she's not. She's just normal. The lady
doesn't understand.
Lady went and got a beehive in the back. So I went there, and I'm sorry if I'm excited because you see, this is like, and she said, could you be careful around the bees? I think you killed everybody in my beehive. She literally said that. Because the bees are all dead. I think you did it. And I want you to be careful with it. And I said, lady, I've been in business since 1950, and never once has a customer come to me and said, what you sprayed killed my bees. And tell me in the same breath, oh, this pest control company is only spraying around the house.
Yeah, where do the bees go? And I guess they don't go around the house because there's pest control there.
I told her it's just one bee. So usually they die, right? But it's just one bee survived. It makes it back to the colony. Oh, you won't die. Guess what? The whole colony dies.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard. It's not easy. It's easy to understand, right? I told her, I said, only one bee had to get back to the hive, and it circulated throughout the hive. It's dead, and it blew me away. And this stuff is toxic. Kills. We did a podcast. What does it say? Pest control company kills your soil. What's the title of it? How pest control companies kill your soil? What? Yeah. And me, I'm not being anywhere near it because I know
your own health is more valuable than that.
Yeah, that's right. And I just tell people I'm deadly allergic to all these other chemicals. And so it's like it's the same to the body. The law of cause and effect, right? And if you don't pay attention to what you eat and what's going on in your body, you're going to get sick. And you can't say, go to the doctor, give me an injection. So this is what's going on here with these people. And they have to understand, no offense, if I text you, it's because you're my customer. And I've been trying to tell you for a long time what you need to do. If I disappear, it's because, I would say flame on and it's okay. You can, but and anybody on here is listening, because I'm also on my podcast, you're welcome to ask questions because I'm not here. Spray at night to prevent killing bees. Problem with this is the lights attract them. You don't. I don't know what you're spraying, Banana. So you may want to tell me. It's okay to tell me what it is you're spraying because I don't like the killing bees aspect. You should be able to spray something that's not going to hurt the bees. Not going to hurt the bees. I love spraying my stuff. The bees go, oh yeah, over here. Oh yeah. They're like, oh man, why? Because all the good bacteria, the good biology, it's not going to hurt the bees. As a matter of fact, it kills insects, it kills other, mites, it kills other diseases and stuff. And the bees doesn't hurt the plants. The bees go, oh, pollen, that's fine. Use this chemical stuff, boo boo. Anyway, so they have the same problem. So yeah, there's a short term and a long term. The short term is really easy for me because I produce the magical elixir. We were just talking about Layden and how he's doing stuff to produce the same magical elixir. It can be done in many different ways. I'm actually going to call him. Hey, Layden, if you're watching, I'm calling you after the show. And I'm going to get some more of his liquid. I just have to, I'm extremely old, over 20,000 years old. My body says, don't walk anymore. Don't breathe. Just lie there. And so I have to get helpers to lift up this stuff because I've been lifting and my shoulder says, don't do that anymore. My doctor says, you have to stop doing that. I said, okay, pay my rent and I'll be fine.
Yeah, no doubt, eh? Hey, Doc, yeah, I can stop. Just pay my rent, man. Yeah.
It's fine. So, but anyway, so I've learned from experience. I don't mind. It's good business for a pest control guy to go and spray and spray and spray and never has a problem because you set yourself up in business. I can understand, like a doctor. Please, don't take care of yourself. Just do whatever you can and come back. One guy had the balls to tell me, you need to come in my office once a week and pay me $85 for a long time. You can't leave. It's a law. It's against California law to leave this office and not pay me. And I'm going, oh God, because this is when the fire was happening. I stepped on a nail and you're supposed to get tetanus shots. I went over there because you don't need a tetanus shot. You're an alien, so your green blood is not going to affect it. Go away. But I try very, very hard to stay away from chemicals, and we're literally surrounded with it. The people are going nuts because it's like, and you have to understand that it's really a simple thing. You know what it is. What's the answer? Go ahead, say it. It's all about the biology.
It's all about the biology. Yeah.
And so that's what it comes down to. That's why I've been after this one. I have a few, and in the past, I used to say, okay, I'm going to bring you, because I made my own compost. That was the thing to do, right? You always make your compost is always the best compost. In other words, my compost is always the best compost in the world. I was looking at this person who recently died. His student is making this compost here in Malibu. And the first thing he starts to say, my compost is the best compost in the world, because he did it biodynamically. I really love the system he's using. I love biodynamic. I studied all these things, biodynamic, permaculture, squirrel fruit gardening, you name the things. I am not a nut. I'm a beech nut, or I'm an almond nut. Or, you know what I like is I don't know. I was thinking of what kind of nut I would be.
Macadamia? I don't know. Nut.
Maybe macadamia, somewhere in there, But it's and what was I saying? Where did I leave off at? Because macadamia nut. Okay, I'll be a macadamia nut. I like macadamia nuts.
Well, we're talking about, organic, solutions for the whiteflies. We've talked about Dr. Bronner soap, which you used to use, but you don't anymore. But that you were talking about the foundation of everything, and there's the short term and long term.
That's what I'm trying to do, because I can go and say, you can spray this, you can spray that, you can spray this. I mean, spray it with cold brew coffee, and bam, you kills the whiteflies. And maybe if you do it organic cold brew coffee, right? Because you want to use coffee cream and sugars. There's some food in there. You're going to feed it a little bit. Yeah, it's going to work. But you're not paying attention to the real problems. It's not going to go away.
Yeah.
And that's what you really have to concentrate on. And that takes a while. It takes time. It's not like tippity-doo, da tippity-day, la ba da ba da boom. Spray here and spray there, compost here, and boom. The next month is all healed, right? It's all working fine. Everybody's back to work. You're kidding me. I mean, look at Mother Nature. Everything she does is like eons and decades and centuries and millions and thousands, if not millions of years. I mean, you think this is going to happen in our lifetime? It would be like, probably not. That's really weird about trying to tell people, well, healing the soil is not exactly that, because Mother Nature took a long time. I mean, just think about it. I was thinking about it today because I go off on these spasms about thinking. I said, well, wow, Mother Nature used to have thousands, not billions of birds flying around, right? All these wild creatures everywhere. You couldn't walk without stepping on poop or a dead body, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm serious, right? And now, what is it? You have to really. Oh, look, a bird. Oh, look, it's a rat. Oh, my God, that creature. It's like, oh, a bear. And it's like, you're kidding me, right? And the way Mother Nature, because I was also, So I got carried away from the bird stuff because you understand how the animals eat things and they poop and they bring things back
The
to the soil.
cycle of life.
Right, and
Yeah.
we've been talking about the they're not weeds. I'm sorry, they are
Oh, medicinal plants for the soil.
medicinal plants for the soil. I have to get weeds out of my head. I have been inbred, right, all through my youth and my all the way until about what 5 years ago, 3 or 4 years ago when we started doing the show. I started weeds. That's what I would talk about weeds because I don't think of weeds as weeds per se. I think of weeds as beneficial. They bring up the minerals. Yep. I used to give a natural walk on Putney Vermont through the woods, and I would say that weed is bringing up iron, and therefore the soil needs the iron. When it dies, it puts it back in the soil, the iron, right? And the weeds are amazing. They're growing. You look at this weed. Nothing's growing around here except that weed. And I go, wow, right? In the middle of nowhere, things that in the jungle, they all grow that way. You can consider everything a weed, right? Right?
Yep.
And so, yeah. So I forget again where was I, but I'm getting there. Okay, it's a roundabout way. I try to explain to you guys. I've been crazy for all these years, and this crazy guy. I feel like Einstein. My hair should be right.
You need bigger eyebrows, Andy. Bigger eyebrows,
right. Because I think very different. Just the name Invisible Gardener, Chad. This is a weird dude, right? This guy is really out there. What the heck is you doing? But it really has to do with experience. I love gardening. It's amazing. If people pay me to do something, I would do for free. If I was a millionaire, I would go to people's homes, do all these gardens for them, plant these trees. It'd be something like I was thinking instead of Johnny Appleseed, right? Yeah. A walk through the forest it's absolutely amazing. I mean, I miss being in a forest environment where there's not a single Wi-Fi or phone tower or electrical tower around. Only problem is you still have these satellites, but you can shoot them down. Okay, where are they? 12,000 of them up there now.
I'm not sure how many, but there's an awful lot up there. There's more every week almost.
I was thinking a lot today. The other thing I thought about today is I'm going to get these. So that I saw this program that the U.S. Army has developed this incredible laser thing that will shoot down 1 billion drones. I'm going to steal one of those and just shoot down every satellite on the planet, and then fly away. But so what I want to say is that I'll be happy if before the end of the show, I will give you 5 really good things you can spray. Okay, that work, that are safe for the environment, safe for you. I recently came up with one. It's not a new one, but it just blew my mind, which I don't have a mind anymore. I've blown it up so many times. This whole see the hole in it. You can see through it.
Yeah. It's leaking out and turning gray, kind of like
It's kind of weird, but. And I'll tell you, hey, Michael Whitman, are you there? Michael, I see you anywhere, Michael. I see Michael in there. Michael Whitman, what's the one thing he would think that I would be talking about that's amazing for spraying? Go ahead.
Wood vinegar, probably.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, yesterday or the day before, I'm having some really weird day. But before yesterday, I'm outside in the garden. And these gophers have taken over everything. A little sign, gopher inn. They were having beer and they
5-star hotel and
they're eating everything. The squirrels are having a good time and everything. They're all sitting around, going, "Hey, this is wonderful. What are you going to plant next?" And I have this soil which is hydrophobic. You told me that hydrophobic soil. So I got this hydrophobic soil which doesn't want to hold water. And then I'm making this batch of stuff, and I have this incredible stuff called wood vinegar. Because I got it. I originally was Chinese bamboo vinegar that I was buying illegally through Michael, who had to give it up, right? So this stuff here can actually be sprayed on anything if you just have to find the right concentration of it, right? Because it is a form of vinegar. You can burn things with it, but at the same time, it's so strong. So look, I take maybe an ounce and put in 100 gallons of water, okay? And I'm actually
that's a really good ratio, man.
Yeah. I might even increase it to 2 ounces just because this one place has whiteflies. I already did that, and the whiteflies just knocks them out, and the whiteflies go, "I give up." and you kill them, but at the same time, hey, Andy, is in random form. I like it.
Randy form. You're like just bouncing, brother.
Oh, Randy form. Yeah. I am. I have a massive. I have endless energy.
Bountiful,
So
my brother.
the
Bountiful.
the wood vinegar is the secret sauce I'm giving you guys in this show today. Just write it down. Wood vinegar. See, no, normally I would say, well, you have to wait until the end. Wait until the end, and I'll tell you the secret. So you guys can go now. You got the secret sauce, but you still, if you've been my follower, you already know what he's going to talk about. It's the soil biology you have to increase. It's the soil biology that should be feeding your trees. It's a nutritional problem that you're having because you're overwatering. You're overwatering because the soil is not alive. If the soil was alive and functioning, it would hold water more. It wouldn't just run through. You don't have the structure there. One of the things about the soil biology is that it's condominium. So look at them as the structure of sponges, right? Every one of those things holds water. Water flows through. It doesn't just run through. They hold it and then they let it go with the nutrients. That's the way it works. So if you're like in a container plant, you water, it goes out just as fast as it comes in. You go, well, I think it's time to repot, right?
Well, and your soil's really hydrophobic if that's happening.
Exactly right. So this soil that a friend of mine was nice enough to give me 100 bags of is totally hydrophobic because it hasn't taken care of it. I go, oh, holy cow. So it's okay. I have a foundation to work with, but the wood vinegar is really very cool to spray for the whiteflies, just the right amount. Normally what I would do is to make it really nutritionally rich, but if you can't, just buy the wood vinegar from Michael. Hey, Michael, you're going to give me 25%, right? I see you over there.
And that's Blue Sky Biochar, guys.
Blue Sky Biochar. Just tell him
we've had him on the show.
Right. Just tell him Invincible Gardener says this is the magic secret sauce of today, because not only can I spray for whitefly, I'm adding it to my water and spraying it on my raised bed. On the soil is hydrophobic. I did that the other day. I woke up in the morning, the damn thing is holding water. The wood vinegar made it say, okay, you got to hold water now because there's a thicker layer. Yeah, really, it says, I'm looking at it. By now, you should be like, because the sun shines out and you can say the wind blowing it away. It's like, no, it's really, it was down that thick. Because before, remember, it was that thick that the wood vinegar made it do that. And of course, it was with my magic elixir of the microbes together. So it was a really heavy microbial mix. So it had a lot of trace minerals in it. So I'm spraying, and I'm stuffing it down with my spray, spraying it down to the gopher tunnel because they're going to be smelling the wood vinegar. It's a perfect odor for them to smell. Oh my God, right? Without hurting them. And I'm also going to be spraying my vegetable garden with it. Yeah, good. I got some bamboo vinegar. Yeah, it's not bamboo vinegar. It's wood vinegar. Unless you still have some of the old vinegar. He's got both. Oh, darn, I want the old one too, because there is a difference. See, the bamboo vinegar is made from what? Bamboo. And bamboo, the Chinese have learned for billions of years, I say billions, for a very long, long time, there was a fire. The bamboo forest burns down. Oh, why does it grow so amazing? Because the liquid, because when the simmering, the rain comes in and simmers it, right? And you have this liquid pouring out. They figured out, look, this liquid falls on that plant, and that plant goes, no, I'm going to take the liquid and use it. Yeah, that's why it's called bamboo vinegar. Very highly active enzymes or whatever the heck they got the bamboo in there because it makes it grow. The theory is if a plant grows really strong, its biology is going to be really, really strong too, right? Yeah. You got a weak plant, weak biology, right? Right. And so I love the bamboo vinegar because this is wood vinegar, not the same thing. Sorry, Michael, it's not the same thing. Because I went across the bamboo vinegar. See, I have a way of testing for energy. Another secret is I do energetic healing. So because I do energetic healing, I also know how to energize the water. So I basically energize the water, introduce up my happy biology, give them something like the wood vinegar, which is amazing, but the bamboo vinegar is even more amazing. There's more stuff you can buy in the store. Other places are organic. They're amazing. I was talking about Layton's. Imagine adding Layton's magic liquid to my magic liquid and putting them together. You go, holy cow. And that's what you want to do if you can. So in your area, wherever you live, or if you do it yourself, you make compost. Okay, so make the best compost you can get. Yeah. And then, make sure you add the rock dust to it because we're going to have we did a show on rock dust remineralization. See, another secret. I'm gonna give you lots of. There are no secrets because secrets. I'll die with the secrets. Nobody ever knows. So that's kind of BS, right? So there's no secret. So I'm just telling you a fact, and I forgot what the fact was. What was I going to say? What was the secret I was going to say? You got to tell me what's the secret, Andy. You have to tell me what the secret I was going to say. Now I don't remember. Okay, so
when rock dust. You're talking rock dust.
Right. So comes back to trace mineral. We did a show on trace mineral, and basically it comes down to trace mineral. So what I do is I introduce the bacteria to the biology to the trace minerals. Okay. I know you're supposed to get if you just put biology in the soil, the trace minerals should be there. But remember what I said about remineralization. Mother Nature normally does that, but when has she been able to actually do that lately? You know what I'm saying? She's doing it a lot less than she normally is. There hasn't been a dinosaur fall apart here or any other creature fall apart, poop and die and return anything back to the soil. When's the last time we had an ice age? A friend of mine named voice a friend of mine. He wrote Remineralization of the Planet. Remineralization. Yeah. He basically said, what do what is the ice age? What is the main thing that it does? Glaciers. And what do glaciers do when they run over the earth?
Kind of pack and powder what's underneath, which is generally the bedrock.
Exactly. They crush everything down, and the glacier used to cover the whole planet. All of North America, you name it, there, very little oceans, and that's what they did. They crushed the rocks. And to this day, some of the best rock dust come from glacial rock dust. There's aluminum clay. Aluminum clay is actually from volcano. Alluvial clay is actually from volcano. The volcano heats it up, and produces that. So you have a different thing, heat, massive heat, and it takes the minerals and makes them into this clay, and that's rich in minerals. That's very different than the rock dust that's been crushed down. But those rocks are millions of years old because Mother Nature has been making rocks everywhere, right? There's tons of rocks everywhere, and it's true that normally, if there wasn't for humans, I could go stick a plant in the ground, not have to fertilize it at all. It'll grow just fine as long as I give it water. Yeah. Even though there's minerals in the water, there's no way you can get water from anywhere in nature without it being minerals. I just drink the minerals, the water, right? Yeah. Now it's like there's nowhere you can get anything without the toxins, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's pretty hard to get pure water anywhere.
Right. So anyway, what we want to do is we want to concentrate on minerals, concentrate on biology, put the two together, get them into the soil, let them have a party, inoculate the soil, make it party. Stop the toxins killing the soil. City water kills the soil. Chemical fertilizers kill the soil. The very air we breathe, called acid rain, kills the soil. You name it. Farting kills the soil. All kinds of stuff kills the soil. We are basic destruction machines going around throwing toxins everywhere. We have more toxins in this house, not this house, but most houses have toxins in their garage like crazy. Yeah. So we have to somehow stop that process. So if you are using city water and you water a lot, you're killing the soil. If you're not allowing the weeds to grow or the natural system to grow there, if a leaf doesn't fall to the ground and you haul it away, you're killing the soil. You're taking its food and taking its structure, taking its home away, right? Yeah. The little biology said, we're out of here. You see them with little bags getting in the airplane, going off to wherever, right? Yeah. It's a long-term solution because, you have to first introduce not just the biology, you have to do the biology and the foundation, the structure, the condos, the human,
which is your mulch, etc.
Yeah, all of that stuff you have to right. And if you've ever been to a rainforest, it's all layered down, piles and piles and piles of stuff. Like there's one lady keeps taking the leaves away. Well, throw some compost on top of the leaves, let it decompose because it's not going to burn. But you're bringing the soil. It's going to take a few years to get the soil back in it. Hi, Mad Dog. To get the soil back into any condition that the biology can function. It's one thing to have biology in a gas station, but it's one thing to have biology in a gas station with actual gas that the biology can pump out. It's no good to have biology in the gas station. Well, we're out of gas. You're not getting anything from us, right? I'm just giving you a very simple, basic example because that's what the biology is. An army of little beings in that soil. They all have something to do, but they have to have a place to work out of. And they need to. They have the tools that are built into them, but good day. What does it say? Gabi?
It says, hi, Andy.
Oh, is that what does GB mean?
Great Britain is
Great business.
So
Britain. Oh.
We're gonna pause it, Andy. We're gonna be doing the contest, guys. We're gonna be doing it at the last half of the show, so you guys have some time to do what Mulch-It Mike just did, and that's put hashtag biology to enter for Andy's book again. So there you go. We're gonna do it a little bit later. So Andy, carry on, brother.
And I think I forgot. I have to tell you, we talked about this. See, I have the ebook version of this.
Yep.
I have the ebook version of it, and what I like to do is just email me. Go to my website. You can do if you're getting my newsletter, then all you have to do is respond to the newsletter because I'm going to put a link on there. It says 8 email questions, show stuff like that, and you just have to get a hold of me because if you send it to my normal email, I got 38,000 emails the other day, literally. And what's happening was I used to put it on my website. Now it's on the black market. I get stuff you won't believe. It's like, holy cow, I'm having a real hard time with that. I literally 38,000. My system says, okay, delete everything. Right. So if you want
to get a hold of Andy, you got to go to his website and use the link there. But what Andy, I think what you're saying is you're willing to give everybody or anyone the
rest of my life,
it, the internet copy of it, but on the show we're going to be giving away a physical copy.
Physical copy, right? So I have no problem getting the ebook version because it's really good advertising. I'm hoping that you like. I'm hoping that you will like it so much. You get the printed version. I actually have a version in color, which is not available because when I first came out with the black and white color and the color version, we asked $45 for the color version. Some dude was selling it for $300. People were calling me, "Why are you selling it for $300?" I'm going, "What?" I go out there, it's not me. The guy says, "Well, we're a third party Amazon party. We can sell the book for whatever we want. We think it's valuable, and we're going to sell it for $300." So I said, the only way you can get the color version if you order directly from me. I go out there and I order the version just for you, and it's $45. That's the deal. I'm not going to raise it or any of that stuff, but that's the color version of it. Cool. Anyway, so so if you just go up to my website, invisiblegardener.com, hit the inquiry button, fill the inquiry button. Hi, I watch the show, whiteflies. I want your ebook, please, thank you, and I send it back as an attachment because it's just a PDF file. See, it's really easy in ebook, right? I already have it on Kindle. If you guys really want to make me money, you just go to Amazon, hit Invisible Gardener ebooks, and you'll see it right there. As a matter of fact, there's a book on whitefly, but it's different than the Don't Panic, It's Organic book. That is also available on Kindle up there too. I think it's $9, something like that. I should say that, shouldn't I? But I am so crazy, and I really think that if you guys were to email me, I think I'd like to have a transaction. I wish that all I ask from you guys, if you're not getting my newsletter, very bad, right? I want you to get the newsletter. I want you to know what I'm doing and be part of this whole thing that's going on here. I really enjoy doing the follow and the thumbs up and the comment. That's what you do. As a matter of fact, I think I just had this idea. You're going to have to comment. Say, "Hi, Andy, I want the ebook. And here's my email," something like that. And I don't know. I have to comment you back, and then you got to send me your address and stuff like that. But I think that's an idea. But for now, just go out there.
Okay, let's clarify that, Andy. Don't be commenting on It's All About the Biology channel. Comment on the Invisible Gardener channel on YouTube, and then access it that way. Let's set it up right, brother.
Well, see, I think I don't know about the commenting because I like that, but you can't put your address and phone number up there. No. I think all you have to do is go to the website and say, "It's all about the biology." On the comment, please send me the ebook. But what I want you to do is make sure you sign up for the newsletter and to actually watch either this show or if you're my member on the Invisible Gardener show. Don't just not do anything. Do the follow, do the the thumbs up and make a comment. Hi, you can say hi. I want the biology. I want your book. I'm going to do the inquiry. Something like that would be cool. You're helping me, and I'm helping you. And at the same time, when you get this book, you can read it. Any questions? This is a good place to talk to them about. Okay.
Okay, now Andy, we got to get back in. We've got 2 secrets you've given out so far. Was the ice cold coffee and the wood vinegar. So you say you were going to come up with 5.
Yes, sir, I am. Okay, so when I started doing this, it's not ice cold coffee. It's called cold brew coffee. Let's get that straight. You said ice
cold brew coffee.
Yeah,
okay, whatever.
And it's organic too. Okay, organic cold brew coffee. You don't want to get the chemical pesticide junk, right? You don't have to worry about the wood vinegar, but the organic. You get cold brew coffee, you're getting concentrated pesticide. Okay, yeah, you'll kill everything. Yeah, you'll kill everything. Your sub, right? This is what you take. I mean, seriously, the chemicals they spray for coffee is absolutely ridiculous. So cold brew. So I'll give you. So how many did I do so far? 2.
2.
Okay, so the third one, it really depends upon what you are spraying. It's called garlic. Garlic, you can make a garlic spray, really amazing, but I would not spray it if you're going to do your pot, for example. I didn't know I did that once here. I really liked the garlic flavoring pot. That was incredible. Oh man, garlic! But you don't want to do it on roses because you say, hey, your garlic, hey, your roses are smelling like a garlic. You don't want to do that.
That's Italian roses, man. Italian roses, they smell like garlic.
But the garlic will work on lots of different things. I just have to learn the strength. I also did mention Dr. Bronner's soap. That's another secret. Right, the Dr. Bronner's soap. Actually, any natural organic Castile soap. And then to take one step further, you can actually do any type of soap that's organic, right? If you like a soap you take in the bathway, look at it. Mild from the skin, made from this, made from that.
How about soap nuts? Like the little soap nuts that you can get.
Well, you got to get a liquid form, but I don't know how maybe you can add it to water and make it.
Well, no, Andy, you take the nut and you boil it, and that takes the mixture out of it, and then you use the liquid. You're not trying to spray a nut.
Okay, so what did you say? Is this for the ant? Is this for spraying something you want to spray? And it's called.
Well, you were talking about soap and spraying soap.
It's called.
And I asked if the soap nut, because it's actually a natural soap.
Oh, that's what it's called, soap nut.
Yeah, and it comes in actual nuts. It's from a tree in South Africa, I believe.
And how are we supposed to get this? How are we supposed to get this soap nut?
You can buy it pretty much anywhere, most health food stores.
Really? Okay. I'm going to take you up on that. I'm going to write soap nut because I haven't never heard the word. So now I'm going to look up soap nut, and I will report back next show.
Well, that's what I use as a surfactant.
Cool.
Instead of aloe or anything like that, I just use they're called soap nuts. Actually, I think Lily's gonna bring a representation over. Just hold on a second.
Look at that. That is so cool. What kind of smell does it have? Let me see.
Soap?
Let me smell.
But let me get a hand up. They're just a little.
Your hand. I'm just smelling your hand. Yeah, I see that. Cool.
Cool. And like we buy them, they come in a little bag. They're for doing laundry, actually.
And you add it to water, you boil it, and it ends up kind of like a soapy thing.
Yeah, and that's how I get the liquid out. But normally they're just laundry.
That's great. That's absolutely one. The point here is you'd be able to find any kind of natural soap that you like.
Yeah.
See, anything that has a nice smell to it. If you can smell it, they can smell it 10,000 times more. Eco nuts. Okay, fine. I'll write those down. Eco nuts. All right. Eco. Nut.
Yeah, if you can remember how to spell,
No, I'm having a hard time. I always spell in Lemurian. I was starting to talk Lemurian, and then I was reminded, no, that's whale talk. But the point is,
something here. Isn't there a non-edible chestnut in Britain they use for all natural soap they call conkers? I have no idea.
You guys are Canada, so you're about as Britain as they come, British as they come.
Oh no, I'm not.
If you don't know that, how am I supposed to know that?
Well, I've never heard. I'm not from Britain, so I've never heard of conkers. But
Okay, what's the name of it again? Bring it up again. Come on, bring it up. Get it up, boy. Let's see. Where is it?
Conkers.
Okay, I'll look at that. I'll look at that because I love discovering new types of soap to use, especially if they come from really natural sources. And that's what you want to do. Is one reason why I like Dr. Bronner's, because it's basically essential oils made from herbs. When they say tea tree, or when they call lavender, right? And so that's one reason why I like. There's another one called. As long as it's natural and safe, the soap is cool. You just have to learn the strength. Yeah. And you have to figure out. So we're spraying for whitefly. So ideally, you always want to be spraying something nutritional as well. So rather than spray something to kill the bug, you also want to spray something that the plant will absorb. That's one reason why I like the wood vinegar, because it's rich in food. It's giving you a shot of food. The only thing I would add to the wood vinegar would be, I'm going to try it out tomorrow. I'm going to get some wood vinegar, put some of my C90 in it, stir it up, and see what it does. If it works, I go bingo, because I already added the C90 to it, but I add it to my liquid and it dissolves, and then I add the wood vinegar to it, which I think that's the best vinegar.
We got wood vinegar, Dr. Bronner's, Eco Nuts, garlic spray. 2 more tips with Lily. You're forgetting about the cold brew coffee, so we've only got 1 more to go.
Yeah. I'm not going to fall for that. She's doing that on purpose. So okay, so I would pick for you for one of the things that's really amazing to spray, and there's a toss up because I really like a lot of them. They're all very good. It's milk.
Okay. Now, let's go. Okay, we got dairy milk, we got goat milk, we got this. What milk are you actually using, Andy?
It doesn't matter one bit, the milk.
So a heavy cream, like I go with coffee creamer and spray that?
Yeah, well, I don't know how a creamer. What is a creamer? Coffee creamer. What kind of milk is that?
It's 10% milk, 10% cream.
And what's cream?
Cream is what you get from processing milk. Cream rises to the top.
Okay. Cream is the stuff that rises from the top. That is the stuff you want. So when you make sprout liquid, guess what you use when it rises? That stuff that rises to the top. When you do this, when you take rice, I make rice. I add it to distilled water, and then I soak it. Then I take overnight. Then I take that liquid, dump it in the container. I add a cup of organic cream or organic milk.
Yeah.
Put the top back on again. Let it sit for about a week, and you have this amazing spray.
Yeah, you end up with lactic acid bacteria.
Exactly right. The top is it's the foamy stuff on the top. So that's really the one of the things I like about milk, because I want it complete with everything right in it.
Yeah.
But are you saying milk doesn't have the cream in it? So I have to get milk, or it's just by
actually, because I've studied Korean natural farming and making labs is is a mainstay.
Yeah.
Generally use you can use 2%. It doesn't matter. It's the food source for the lactic acid biology. Is the lactose in the milk. Basically what happens is no other biology can survive because they don't have a food source, and you get the lactic acid. And I get farmer's cheese, and if you make it, Andy, are you putting the farmer cheese in for your worms? Because that's farmer's cheese is all a huge massive biology.
Farmer's cheese. I haven't started giving cheese to my worms yet. I've gotten close to a bunch of stuff, and I have been getting texts from them. They want a little more variety. They say, excuse me. They have the German accent. Well, excuse me, please. I want some farmer's cheese. Okay, so are you saying that I should be buying, because the cream only sells it like a little bottle of the cream. I can't buy a gallon of cream.
Well, see, you don't, Andy. What you do is your rice water, you're leaving it, and you're getting the biology there. What I do is a 1 to 10 mixture. So if I've got say 1 cup of liquid, I go 10 cups of milk. I put it in the container like you do. Only I use a burper So
Oh,
for
I
making
see.
beer and wine,
I see what
it's
you're
got
getting
a
at. Yeah, yeah.
it could, because you've got a biological process
I'm just
produces
lazy, man.
gases.
I am so lazy. I like to go to the store, and I think a lot of these other people out here would really like
Oh,
just
I
to
yeah,
go, just to be
unless
able to
you're
go to the
into
store.
doing the work,
Yeah,
Andy, it's so
yeah.
much easier to go and buy stuff.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. So I think
Yeah.
that what you're saying is I have to be more of a lab now. I have to be out there. I have to work my ass off. Work out there, spraying. Don't go to sleep. If I'm up 24/7, I think I can manage to make all these different liquids. I'm going, holy
Well,
cow!
see, you're already making the rice water, Andy,
No,
and
I'm not.
all your oh,
No,
you're
I'm
not
making the
anymore.
worm. I'm doing the worms right now. I
Yeah.
used to make
Okay.
the rice
Okay.
water. I used to do lots of other stuff. I'm going, no way, Jose. Like I said, I like to sleep 4 hours a day, and that's probably because that's too much. So I would love to. That's why I want to get some Malaysian stuff. I mean, I can
Yeah.
make all these things, but I just don't have the time. I don't even have time to
Well.
make cold brewed coffee. It's like,
Yeah.
what? So I go buy these cold brew coffee at $10. I'd rather pay $10, buy 10 of them, than to spend a week, making the cold brew coffee. Every minute
Yeah.
counts for me.
You only have so much time, man. Like that's
So,
like I know how to do all this stuff. I've done all this
yeah,
stuff,
yeah, yeah.
but I'm not gonna do it again. I don't have that much time in a day.
So listen, just go to the store. And what I tell people, get the whole fat milk. Get everything that the milk can produce. Don't get the one that says lactose free. Don't get the one that says low fat. Get the organic milk. You're going to get a good amount of what you need there. One of the things about it is not only the biology, but it's really super rich in calcium. Calcium is the number one problem that you're having a Wi-Fi problem because, or fill in the blank, calcium. You're having a calcium deficiency. And there's a whole series of things that have to happen in the soil in order for you to get that calcium. You can't just dump calcium in the soil. See, so this biology in milk has already done it for you. As a kid, my mom used to say, drink your milk. She would say, toma tu leche, tiene mucho calcium. She would speak in Spanish. I don't have the right. She basically says, drink your milk. Good for you. The calcium is good for you.
Yeah.
See, right? And so that's right there. It's already done. I figure, cool. That's why coffee, cream, and sugar is so good, because the coffee has the iron, has other things in it. The cream, or of course, would be your calcium. The milk and the sugar will be a form of sugar. I use Granny Smith's molasses. Put that together, and you put the biology together. The cops come. All right, let's keep the noise down in there. And you see naked worms, naked biology. It's orgy. Biology will have an orgy. Okay.
Yeah.
I saw this thing by Thor yesterday, and it was like love and thunder, and so, Thor fell in love with this lady. To make a long story short, he went up to Zeus and something wrong, and Zeus said, "We're not going to invite you to our orgy." I thought that was funny. But that's what the biology is. Basically, you have an orgy, and they multiply like crazy. They just. That's
what a compost pile is, man. They're having an orgy in there. Billions and billions in a second.
So the secret to this Wi-Fi spring is to have throw an orgy. But with your little details about have your biology throw the orgy. Because, they throw the orgy. Next thing you know, it's in the paper, Mrs. So-so threw an orgy in the backyard because Invisible Gardener said to throw an orgy, so you invite everybody in the neighborhood. I don't think that is what I meant. I meant get the biology of an orgy, right? And if you do that, and the only way they will have an orgy is they have tons of trace minerals, everything, and then have a way to do something with it. That means the soil, and that's going to take you some time. It takes time to heal the soil. Literally, it does. So there's one customer, been there for 10, 15, 20 years, did the same thing. Yeah, that's the time has been destroyed. And realistically, it will take you 15 years to bring it back. Because you count, how long have you been doing this? That's about as long as it's going to take you. But if you do it right, if you put all the components together, if you get my magic sauce, Layton's magic salt, you get the wood vinegar, get all this stuff together, and you get the soil, all that, get it together, get the basics, and you take care of it, and stop with the toxic, you could do it within a few years. Right away, the plants will go.
You can do it in a lot less than a few years, brother. But most people don't want to put that time and effort in.
Yeah.
Because you can regenerate a soil system in a year
if you
all of it back in a
Right.
massive amount.
That's what I was going to say, because what happens is the roots go, oh, what's that? Oh my God. Oh, it's working. Oh, yeah. Hell yeah, it'll take off like crazy. I call it the rubber band effect, because in the past, the places I used to go to already had some basic things going on there. They just didn't get it all together. They just missed a few things. They had soil. They actually had worms, but they didn't know about trace minerals. They didn't know about any of the other stuff. And when I came and did that, it went boing, right? But then there are places that have nothing. Not one single worm. The bees are going, this is really bad here, Seriously. And that's going to take a little while to rebuild that soil up. A year for them, and ideally, in Florida it was so easy because a lot of these places were tropical and they already had things going, so it was easy to reintroduce. 6 months, even 1 month, you can see the plant going there because they absorbed it. Because I not only do that, that's why I not only do the soil, but I also do the foliar. And the foliar, within 24 to 48 hours, you go, yeah, baby. Yeah, baby, right? 24 to 48 hours. You come back in a week and say, I don't know what you did to one customer called me out. I don't know what you did to my plants, but they're green, they're perking up, they're delicious, wonderful, right?
Yeah.
Exactly right. But it's the soil that takes a while. That's why I do foliar combination with the soil. That's another secret, right? You want to do both. You just can't spray it in the soil. You can't
hold it. That's an extra secret, man.
Yeah. And you just can't look, if you just take care of the soil, normally you would say but you have to realize the roots are not working. They need to heal. So you foliar your feet so they can get their nutrients they need. Getting the minerals and all that stuff in their body will also encourage them to produce their little root hairs, because the bacteria is under there. The biologist is knocking, hello, anybody there? And if the tree goes, yes, we're open to business, right? You have to be together. You have to be feeling good, working, functioning. All those systems have to work to say, okay, make the root hairs, start feeding us, see, right? So the two have to work together. And it's not just for whiteflies. You name the bugs. We talked about ants. Same thing. The ants causes a sooty mold. The ants herd aphids on a tree that's weak. It's perfect food
because the aphid puts out that dollop of sweetness, their dew, and that's what the ants love to eat.
Exactly right, and it's a perfect food source for them. And so it's the same thing with the psyllids, because the psyllids are eating off the tree, and it's perfect food for them. They would not touch it if they had if you actually did a Brix level on your tree, on your plant. I would actually now, go out there later on today, whenever, if you have a refractometer, you have a whitefly problem on any tree, ficus or whatever, do a refractometer reading and go, look at the level. So what you have to do is establish what would be a normal level for that tree. Yeah. So what you do is you go, hey, that's a healthy tree. Do the Brix reading for that, and then compare it with yours, so you're going to see the difference.
Yeah.
Right.
So, Andy, I think it's pretty much time for us to do a little bit of a draw here. So, anybody in the live chat, I'm going to give you a couple of minutes more.
I don't
put
know.
in hashtag biology into the live chat for your chance to win a copy of Andy's book. So, I'll give him a couple more minutes. Okay. And Andy, you're trying to be invisible again. Now, Ralph wanted to know, how about sulfur?
Well, sulfur is needed, but you shouldn't be spraying it normally you spray sulfur to control diseases and stuff like that. So that's one of the things you can use. But normally, if you do all the trace minerals, it's one of the trace minerals that are needed in the soil. So if you take care of the problem in the soil, and if you insist you want to use sulfur, I'm assuming it's some type of disease that you probably have. They have what's the name of that sulfur? That's copper and sulfur. It's copper and sulfur. Yeah, Silly would know. It's a weird. I haven't used it in such a long time, but basically it's copper and sulfur. Copper sulfate and sulfur. I forgot the name, but it's used for disease. And basically, what it does is that it suffocates the disease. But I stopped using it because I learned that you can end up using too much sulfur, and then you have a problem. So you want to try to just stick to things that you can do a lot of, and not have a problem.
Mhm.
So you can spray the biology everywhere all the time. It won't kill them. It won't produce a
Yeah.
problem in the soil, and you've solved your problem. That's the best thing to
Well,
spray on any disease. And
and he
neem,
says like and neem, but anything like that that can be toxic if it's overused, and it's fine. Like Andy says, finding the right balance is really important, and not overdoing it, because you're just gonna put your
right,
whole system out of balance and cause your own problems.
right. It's called neem oil. It's from the neem
Yeah.
tree, and it's effective. But here's again, it's a problem too. Bugs are becoming more and more immune to neem. The more you use that product, the bugs are going to go, hit me, baby, I like it. You're not solving your problem. It's just a temporary result, right? It's just a temporary solution. And so you want to concentrate on your biology. You want to make some liquid. You can make,
Yeah.
if you, like, who asked that question?
Ralph Julian.
Yeah, Ralph. So make some liquid up yourself and spray that.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of really cool things you can make from what I talked about that you can use, that you can spray, because you want to find something that you can spray. See, get the wood vinegar and use that. That'll control the disease without, just want to use a small amount. But find this, do the homeopathic way, the tiniest amount that's effective. So if you make compost tea, that's a really good one to do, as long as you have a decent compost product that you make, right?
Yeah.
Hey, Ralph, do you make compost? Come on. I know you're listening.
Well, we're waiting for Ralph. How about we we'll flip back over here, and we're gonna run the contest, guy. As soon as I can go over there and hit the button.
How come
And
it's
drum roll?
What if you win? Who's it's about the biology? It's literally,
I won.
you you're not gonna get it. I already got one.
No, I'm gonna draw again, guys, and I'm not.
I
gonna
knew you were gonna get it. I thought you put that, but this thing is rigged, guys. It's rigged. He's got a button he pushes over there.
Oh yeah. Oh, there we go. PJ is today's winner. So PJ, what you have to do is send me an email at it'sallaboutthebiology@gmail.com. And we're going to need your address and a phone number. I'll forward that to Andy. Andy will get in contact with you and get your book out to you. So Ralph says yes, and congratulations, PJ. We're going to get back to the show. Here we go.
What I'm going to do immediately when I get the email from him, I'm going to send him a PDF copy right off the bat. Because I have to respond anyway. I'm just going to attach it. Hey, bro, here's your PDF copy, right? Like I said, all I want for you guys is do the button thing, say thumbs up, follow. You know, I want to retire. I think if we get like billions of people doing this, we can just live on an island, and we can do this. I could be in a hammock doing my show from an island with an island view. Do we know what we're doing next week? Oh, I know what it is.
You had two requests, you were saying.
Yeah.
For a show on regenerative agriculture, regenerative gardening, whatever you want to call it, correct?
Permaculture. Oh yeah, regenerative. Was it a regenerative? I think it was regenerative.
Yeah. So
permaculture,
regenerative agriculture.
Yeah, permaculture is another different type of thinking process, you know. And I know the person who wrote it. I might try to get a hold of him. It's permanent culture, so it's kind of like very similar, just slightly different. There's so many different methods of doing this, and I think I'm gonna start a list and go through it. But if you guys want me to talk about, you can talk. I can talk about biodynamics, right? I can talk about all these French intensive, the square foot gardening. I can talk about all of them and go over them, but it would be through my point of view.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, that's what we should do, you know, from your point of view, because you've been doing this for so many decades, Andy. You have the true experience of the master gardener at a totally different level, and you understand a lot more about the energetic. It's not just the physical side.
I have to give you guys another secret.
You gotta hurry, Andy.
Beer. Get natural. Make your own beer. Make your own beer from natural products. And learn how to make it. If you make it right, learn the amount, right? You spray it straight, you kill the plants. But if you do like maybe 1 part beer to 10 parts filtered water. No, I wouldn't use urine. Yeah, you know that's another thing. You could use urine if you're healthy and use it on your own plants. I wouldn't go around, but because I think that's funny. Who said that? Ralph. Ralph did.
Ralph. Yep.
Okay.
Anyway, Andy, we're at the end of the show. Do you have anything coming up? Are you doing? I know you're doing an article, I think weekly, but
Yeah, it's
do you
called
have
all
any
about.
live events coming up?
No, I don't have any live events at the moment.
Okay.
You guys missed it, but I did it. I'm going to be doing more, but they're all local. See, and
Yeah.
so well, but we are doing my show. And Visceral Gardener is going to start doing our own live stream with Michelle. She's my business partner, and we're going to be going back to this from the soil to the soul aspects of it, and deal from that point of view. You know, and I have lots of stuff going on. I really enjoy doing this, so we'll be back here. And all I want is you guys to come here, flood this channel with thousands and thousands of views, thousands and thousands of hits, and I like I said, I'll be in my helicopter or on my tropical island.
Yeah, the luxury
Yeah.
yacht. Okay. Anyway, for the channel, guys, I've got Dennis Meehan and his boys coming on. We're going to be talking about energy, frequency, vibration. I'm going to share a bunch of stuff that I've never really shared with anybody before. So you're going to want to check that out Friday, 5 o'clock Central, 4 o'clock Pacific, 7 o'clock Eastern, you know, all that stuff. And then on Monday with Mr. Leighton Morrison, we have Johan Lindman from Cornell University coming on with Leighton on Monday. So you guys are going to want to check that out. And of course, next week, Andy and I are going to be doing one on what is it again, Andy?
It's a sustainable agriculture.
Okay, regenerative agriculture.
Oh, regenerative agriculture. Okay, there you go. So it's just going to come out whatever it is, right? So make sure that I'll try to stay on target for that.
Okay, guys. Peace out, everybody. We'll see you guys on Friday.
Bye.